In this lesson, I'm going to teach you about what a multiplicity of a zero is. So let's start with the definition that I have up top here. The repeated zeros of the corresponding function are referred to in terms of their multiplicity. So that is definition there. Therefore, the polynomial function f of x is equal to x minus 2 cubed, so notice the exponent there, the multiplicity of the 0 2 is 3. So let's take a look at the first example and actually apply what this means here. If f of x is equal to x plus 3 squared times x minus 5 cubed, determine the multiplicity of the zeros. So the first step is to find the zeros of your function. And to find the zeros, you solve for x when f of x is equal to 0. So if I set my function equal to 0, I get the following equation. Now we want to solve for x. Notice that this is in factored form. So you're going to apply your 0 property and you're going to solve for x that way. So set each factor equal to 0. So we have x plus 3 squared is equal to 0. And we have another factor, x minus 5 cubed, and we're going to set that equal to 0 as well. And you're going to solve for x in each of these equations. So let's start with the first one that I have right here. X plus 3 squared is equal to 0. So we want to get rid of the squared. And as you should know already, to get rid of a squared, you're going to take the square root of both sides. Once I do that, I get x plus 3 on the left-hand side, and the square root of 0 is simply a 0. So therefore, my first 0 is x is equal to negative 3. So there is the first 0 of my function. Now let's take a look at the second equation. X minus 5 cubed is equal to 0. So we're going to apply the same steps here, but instead of a square root, we're working with a cube root. Okay, so the cube root of x minus 5 cubed is x minus 5. And the cube root of 0 is simply a 0. So therefore, we have a 0 at x is equal to 5. So once we found our zeros, now we can identify them in terms of their multiplicity. And to identify the multiplicity, you have to take a look at its corresponding factors in the function. So here is my original function. X plus 3 squared means that the multiplicity of x is equal to negative 3 is whatever that exponent is, which is 2. So to write that out, x equals negative 3 has a multiplicity of the exponent, which is 2. So the factor x plus 3 is repeated twice, therefore the multiplicity is 2. Finally, we have a last 0 here, x is equal to 5. And that has a multiplicity. Instead of 2, we have an exponent of 3. So therefore, the multiplicity of positive 5 is 3. So that's how you identify the multiplicity from the factor form of a polynomial.